He went to bed happy. Everything was fine. Being that he was a king, he had everything he needed until he saw this vision. We will read from the book of Daniel chapter 4 verse 10, and I'm reading from Good News Version. While I was asleep, I had a vision of a huge tree in the middle of the earth. It grew bigger and bigger until it reached the sky and could be seen by everyone in the world. Its leaves were beautiful and it was loaded down with fruits enough for the whole world to eat. Wild animals rested in its shade. Birds built nests in its branches, and every kind of living being ate its fruit. The Lord has blessed you in one way or the other. You are wealthy. You feel secure. Nothing can actually scare you. Maybe you are in a good position, maybe a leader somewhere, or you have so many things that any other person would admire or any other person would have wished the Lord to give to him or her, to an extent that you now put God aside, to an extent that you see people around you not as fellow human beings, but you see them like trash. King Nebuchadnezzar felt the same. He was a king. He had everything. Then God was now placed aside. The poor were not taken care of. Sin was now part of his life. As Christians, we have to pray so much that the Lord can give us that favor to serve him in every situation. If wealth comes into our lives, let the wealth that the Lord has given unto us bow before him. If the Lord has blessed us with children, let the children we have bow before him. If it is money, let the money even bow before him. So Nebuchadnezzar felt that he was now prominent. He had grown the kingdom, everything was fine, and to an extent that he was now recognized in the entire world. So when he saw this vision, he was kind of disturbed. So he called people to come and interpret what the dream was all about. But no one could do it until Daniel came. So when Daniel came, Daniel tried to interpret for King Nebuchadnezzar what the dream was all about. So he told him the advice that was given to King by Daniel. I'll just read that. You can just go through that, the entire verse of Daniel chapter 4, the whole of it, how Daniel was trying to interpret to him and telling him that this tree, what does it mean? Because he was seeing a tree that had grown so high and had reached the sky. So the advice that Daniel gave to Nebuchadnezzar should also, or according to me, I feel like I want to relate myself to King Nebuchadnezzar. What is it that the Lord has given unto me to an extent that that thing is taking the position of God in my life? Have I grown so tall until I've reached the sky? Do I see any need of serving the Lord in my life? It should be my prayer and your prayer that the Lord should grant us that favor to only walk in his light, to do that which is right. Tunapobarikiwa katika maisha ambayo tunaishi kama wabinadamu, tunahitaji tulete watu ambao hata tunapowaangalia tunaona wakiwa na upungufu fulani, tusiweke watu kando. When the Lord has blessed you, don't put people aside to an extent that you feel like what you have, they don't have it, or what you have, you are the person who has taken control over the entire earth. Nebuchadnezzar learned his lesson. So let me see the advice that David gave to Nebuchadnezzar, and this advice should also speak to my heart. It should also speak to your heart from wherever you are, or whatever you are trying to do. May this advice that Daniel gave to Nebuchadnezzar also talk to us as Christians. And let me read what he said to him. So then, Your Majesty, follow my advice. Stop sinning, do what is right, and be merciful to the poor. Then you will continue to prosper. So 3 things that Daniel gave to Nebuchadnezzar that can also help me, because everyone needs prosperity, is that we need to stop sinning. Whatever we are doing that is not right before God, we need to stop it. Then we need also to do that which is right. If somebody requires justice from you, let that person receive justice. Then lastly, we need also to remember, or we need also to be merciful to the poor. Then we will prosper. These are the words that Daniel gave to Nebuchadnezzar. Although King Nebuchadnezzar didn't take this advice seriously until he was thrown out of the kingdom, and he was taken, and he had to eat grass for 7 years. May we not be thrown out in the sight of God because of the things he has given unto us. Let everything in our life bow before him. Let us recognize him. So after Nebuchadnezzar had been thrown out of the kingdom and ate grass for 7 years, until that day he lifted his eyes up to the sky, meaning that he had now recognized, he came back into his senses, and he realized that the one who is in control of his life, the one who is in control of his wealth, the one who is more powerful than him is God himself. He praised God and he served him diligently. So may the Lord help me, and may the Lord help you, so that we may not serve him when we are in a bad state. We need to serve him when we are still energetic. We need to serve him when we are still healthy. We need to serve him when we still have the time that he has given unto us. And may the Lord bless you. For my new subscribers, thank you very much. Feel most welcome. Until I see you in my next video. Bye bye.